Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. TGIF people.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank God it's Friday. Anybody glad it's Friday this morning?
I know I am.
Ooh-wee. It's been a week this week, but I am so glad we made it, y'all. We made it to the weekend. And I want to say welcome to another episode of the EmpowHER Experience Podcast talk show, y'all. And today I think this is probably going to be my favorite podcast because I have someone very special on this podcast today, and they're actually sitting right here with me. And that is none other than the Terrell Copeland.
All right.
The Terrell Copeland. This is my husband. If you gotta be living under a rock if you don't know that this is my husband. But this is my husband. This is my boo. This is my boyfriend. This is my partner, my teammate.
I'm everything. I'm everything. She's my everything. So.
All right, everything. And we are actually celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary. We still do. So we wanted to take this time today and just share some of the things that we've learned, some of the things that have kept us, have sustained us all of these years, and just kind of talk about us a little bit, but also kind of help maybe some other people. Maybe there are some questions that you have. We often get questions a lot of times from people asking, like, how in the world have y'all stayed together for so long? Like, people don't stay together that long, especially when they're young people. But, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how he has managed to put up with me. Hi, Kiki.
Hey,
love
nice.
you. So we're going to talk about how he's managed to put up with me.
And you managed to put up with me, too.
For 25 years. Oh, my goodness.
Woo.
Yes. Thank you, Kiesha. She said congratulations.
Thank you so
But
much.
yes, it's been 25 years. It doesn't seem like it's 25 years. That means my baby, Kiesha, who's on here, is getting ready to turn 25 in about a month.
Right.
So, because she was born a month before we got married. So, so hey, baby. But so we are going to talk about it. And we're going to be real this morning. And we're also, just going to kind of let you see how the Copelands have survived. So y'all come on in, tag people, share this video, like, comment, because this is going to be a show to remember. 25 years, we're doing it big.
25.
Good morning, Michelle. 25. Good morning, Team Copeland. Team Copeland.
There you go.
Team Copeland.
There you go.
Yeah.
My sis.
Hey, sis.
Michelle, how you doing?
Yeah, so we wanted to kind of let you in a little bit and talk about this. And I see some other people on here. Y'all come on, comment. Let us know who's on here. Y'all talk back to us this morning. Tag and share. But so this morning, I really wanted to start out with saying that it has truly been a pleasure to be your wife for these 25 years.
Wow.
I often think about me as a person and all these years and how we change, how we evolve. Hey, Scott.
All right, family.
But I often think about how we changed and things like that. And I think about, I don't think there's anyone else on this earth who I would rather have done this with, or who could have done this with me as well as we have for these 25 years.
Right.
It has truly been an honor and a pleasure to be your wife.
Oh, yeah. It's been an honor to be your husband. 25 years. I mean, it's been an amazing ride. And I'm thankful that you're my wife, and I'm thankful for these 25 years.
Yes. And so let's get into it, y'all. So I want to start out because hey, Miss Willette.
Hey.
So I want to start out by asking you. I want you to let me know and let everybody else know. When we were dating, before we got married.
Really?
How did you know that I was the one? Hey, sis. My sister on here, Maisha.
All right.
Bro.
All right, my sis.
What about your sis? Is your bro? They be treating me like I'm a stepchild or something. But yeah, so tell me and tell everybody else, how did you know that this girl was the one? Because we know it was a bunch of them trying to get your attention. But how did you know that
we finna go here. We finna really do this. You really finna do this?
I am.
All right, we finna go there.
How did you know that I was the one?
Well, let me tell you like this. I knew she was the one when I knew that no one else had my attention like she did. Woo. Yeah, I can say that, because we were young, we were very young, and we was in school, so we're talking 25 plus. I mean, over 25 years. So, I had been in different situations, but this one right here,
Come on.
She had my attention.
Come on.
And when she got my attention and we became more serious about the situation, where we going?
Good morning, Sharice.
Yeah, and when she got my attention and we got serious, no one else really had my attention like she did. And I could tell that, as they say, our vibe was going, it was strong. And for men, I'm only speaking from a men's standpoint. Brothers, we know when they got our heart, they got our full attention, and no one else gonna get in that way. So I knew she was the one. And when I knew it, it was because of the way she treated me, the way she was there for me, the way she was talkative. She knew everything I liked, and I responded. And I was like, okay, she knows how we go places. She know what I like to eat. She knew what I cared for, and those things matter to me. Those things matter to me.
So also, not just me having your attention, but me paying attention to the things that make you happy.
To the things that makes me happy.
Y'all better listen, women.
Yeah. To the things that make me happy. Because and when that made me happy, I started having more and more feelings for her. And so I knew then that, hey, this is serious. Let's keep this going. I like the way this is going. And from that point on, I knew then that, hey, she's it. She's what I need. And she's going to be, they're my brother.
Hey, Gita.
All right, Gita.
Blessings to you.
Good to see you, bro. And she had my attention. So, and I just knew she was the one by the way she made me feel on the inside.
Well, I like that. Well, I will say this. This is going to sound very cheesy, y'all. But let me tell you, the very first time I saw this man, and we were young, like he said, we were young.
We was in school.
I got the biggest butterflies in my stomach when I saw this man the very first time. And you can say, oh, really? You can say it was infatuation or whatever. But good morning.
Morning.
But I really did. The very first time that I saw you, I remember like it was yesterday. I got butterflies. And every time that I saw you, I got butterflies. Even when I heard your hey flashback, even when I would hear your name, I would get butterflies in my stomach. And you are tripping this morning, y'all. He is in rare form this morning. Check him out, y'all. He said we was together when he was a little boy. Gita, oh my God.
Stop really? It, family. Stop it. Stop that.
But I did, y'all, just hearing the mention of his name made me feel some type of way. And I remember he used to have this little red truck. Little red truck. Anytime I saw that little red truck, oh my gosh, my heart would just start beating so fast, and I would just get butterflies.
This in high school.
This was in high school, y'all. So this was something that I knew was meant for me, because it was something about him that just the mention of his name. You know, when you mention somebody's name and it changes your whole, oh yeah, that was this one. And so I knew then it was something really, it was something special. And so, but also when we got to where we were dating and we started getting really serious, I actually prayed, because I had made the decision that when I did get married, good morning, Miss Sherry, that it was going to be one time.
Yep.
That I was not going to do this again. So I made that decision. So I prayed about it. And I was like, God, let me know if this is what I'm supposed to do, if this is who I'm supposed to be with. And he did let me know. He let me know, but I didn't know what he was saying to you at the time or how you were feeling at the time, but I know what he said to me. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to wait until he said something to me, because one thing I did not want to do was I didn't want to give him an ultimatum. I didn't want to give you an ultimatum. I didn't want to back you into a corner and make you think that you had to marry me or anything like that. But I will say this. I had it in my mind, okay, I'm giving him 2 years, because in 2 years, you ought to know that I'm the one. And you know what? Man, you beat that 2 years. So I think it was like 8 months when we really got serious that, you popped the question. And so so you did that. You did that. I will say that. So I want to ask you this. When did you realize it was time to propose to me? Maisha said, why you keep rubbing your head like that when I say that?
Because she was speaking about me and she had all these butterflies.
Answer the question. Now, when did you know it was time to propose?
After I realized you were the one and we became real serious.
Look at Gina. I always wanted to know how he tricked you to get you.
Fam, you showing out this.
He's fixing to tell you how he got me.
I didn't trip.
When did you realize it was time to propose to me?
When I realized that was when I said, this is the one I want to spend the rest of my life with. She's the one. She's got my heart. And I want to be with her, and forever, until God calls us home. So I said, she's the one.
Wow.
She's the one.
Wow. And I remember you telling me too that you couldn't see.
There we go.
Your life without me.
Oh, you gonna do this? When I proposed to her, that's what I told her.
So he knew it was time because he couldn't see his life without me. It's time for me to do my hair now. So, fellas, listen. If you're at that point where you can't see your life without her, it's about that time.
Yep.
Don't wait too late. So if you're listening, hear me. It's not too late. All right.
So let's get that from you then.
Why? Well, you proposed to me, but
no,
I knew about when you asked. When you asked,
because you could have said no.
No, I could have, but that wasn't gonna happen because I said every time I saw you, I got butterflies. But then I prayed and God gave me confirmation that you were going to be my husband, even though at the time I really didn't see it, y'all. But God gave me confirmation that he was going to be my husband. So
hold on, let me give you a backstory to that.
Oh my gosh, don't you do it.
The reason why she said she couldn't see it, because I wasn't at that time, I was wilding out. I was wilding out. I was out of control. I was out of here.
Oh my God.
So she's like, I don't know if you know, but she's like, this boy here, man, he owns something. Yeah, he on 10.
He was on it.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
1,000, bro. But
oh man.
But yeah, so God gave me confirmation. So it was very easy for me
to say yes.
And the other thing was, when you did propose to me, we were at a point in our relationship where you made me feel like I was the only girl in the world.
Yep.
Like there was no one else in the world but me. Like everything that you had before me was non-existent. And we were starting from ground zero. And I knew that it was destined for me to say yes because of the way that you made me feel and the way that you loved me. So I knew then that, oh yeah, this is it. So I want to ask you something. What do you remember?
Sure, I was trying to ask you stuff. Well, I mean.
Boy, y'all, he's on it this morning. What you have to drink this morning?
I have no tea, no monster. I'm a monster. I drink Monsters. That's not healthy.
You had one this morning?
Not yet.
You got up kind of early. Okay, but because when he drink those Monsters, y'all, he be on it. So, but I want to ask you, what do you remember about the early stages of our marriage? Like when we first got married, what do you remember about that? Hey, Andrew.
Hey.
Hey, too.
All right. What I remember about the early stages of our marriage was we were fresh, we were young into it, and so we really didn't have an idea of where this marriage was going to go at the beginning. I remember us starting out, like you say, from ground zero. And when we started out from ground zero, we got an apartment together and we got a place. And what I remember is that we made a vow that no matter what,
y'all listen,
no matter what, we were going to stay together. I know that says a lot, but we made a vow that we would be honest and open and come to an agreement and talk about things.
So let me ask you this. We said,
I know, and this was when we were young. This is when we're young now.
We said divorce was not an option.
There we go.
But let me ask you this. Does that mean that you could have acted a fool and do all the things that you wanted to do?
No.
And I'm going to stay there? Vice versa too?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let's clarify what that no matter what means. When I say that means that if we had disagreements, we were not going to just walk away from it without giving it a chance. That's what I say when we say no matter what. Okay. Or, we were gonna work things out. We made a strategy and a plan that when we hit rough spots, that we were gonna work through them. Yeah. And we were gonna give it our all.
Right.
And go 100% at working it and making it work.
Good. And then one of the other things that I remember we talked about in that same conversation was that we were not going to let the fire
go
out in our marriage. Y'all, and it's really easy. Before you get married and you're living in your place, they're living in their place, it's, you meet up and it's like, but then once you merge your lives, when you get married and you're under one roof, now you going to work, he's going to work, and sometimes you got kids, sometimes you have all of these responsibilities now that have to be done. So you it's not like it was initially, where you didn't have all of that. Right. You could just go on your dates and go and meet up or come over, and all those things. And so sometimes with the things that you have going on, because y'all know I'm busy, he's busy, our lives are very busy. But the one thing that we did say at the very beginning is that we were going to keep the fire going. We were not going to let the fire burn out. And like I said, when life starts getting in the way, schedules start to get busy, you know what? I will stop and say, you know what? I've been busy. I've been on the road. I've been on the go. I've been doing this and doing that. You know what? It's time for me to give my husband some time and some attention. Because I can't just give it all out there to the world and then my husband at home just starving for my attention. So, I need to give him that attention that he needs, even though life is busy.
Same here. And so what we did, we created a date night. We picked one night and made it official that we're going to have a date night.
Yep.
And so no matter what we were doing throughout that week, Fridays is our date night.
Yep.
And so if that even consists of us being at home, getting a movie, we would go get pizza or whatnot and stuff. If that consists of that, sometimes we went out for our dates. Sometimes we stayed at home and just had our date night. And so that was one of the ways we created some balance there to be able to do that. And so I appreciate it. She appreciated it because, like she said, we were both busy. We're both still busy, but we made it official. Yeah, but we made it official that Friday nights was our date night.
Yes.
And that was the way we kept our fire.
Yes, because even though it's 25 years, I still want him to date me.
Okay.
Like I still want to feel like he made me feel initially, in the very beginning. And, so those things keep it going. Because some people think that now because I got him or because we're married now that I don't have to do all that. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I still want you to date me. And I still want him to feel like I'm that same girl that he fell in love with. So, you kind of you got to keep the spice going. And there may be times where things happen and you might see that the fire's starting to smother out. But guess what? Get right back on that horse and keep going.
Right.
Yeah. You got something to say?
Yeah, if you see it fizzling out, make the initiative to start the fire.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
Good. All right. All right.
So,
Toot said, I know that's right.
Yeah.
And Michelle said, love it. All right. So I got to ask you this too. I know you said I keep asking you questions, but listen. What has been the biggest lesson that you've learned about our marriage over the last 25 years?
What I've learned over the last 25 years concerning our marriage is that you're going to have some rough spots. You're going to have that. That's life. I mean, no marriage cannot go without having some issues. But when you work through those issues and that person is still there with you, no matter what, you can survive. You can survive it. And I learned over the 25 years that we don't put people in our marriages. We honor each other and respect each other enough that.
Wait a minute, you gotta say that again. You talking low about that. We don't what?
We don't allow people to be in our marriage, in our conversation. See that?
Y'all better listen.
That's rule number one.
Y'all better listen.
We decided that, we gonna work it out and keep others out of our marriage.
That part.
We go and I know we like to go venting all the time to different people. You can't vent to everybody about your marriage.
No.
And guess what? At the end of the day, you may think he crazy, and you may think, and then you're gonna go right back home to him. So guess what?
And then you got all your family and your friends looking side-eyed at them because you done went and told everything. But Maisha said yes, because kids, work, ministry can get you caught up when you neglect time with one another. Yes. That is so true. That is so true, Maisha. So we have to give that time to one another. And Scott said, trouble don't last always. Miss Willette said, this should be a marriage conference. We got you.
We got you. We already
on that. Yes, ma'am. And so Michelle said, keep others out of your marriage. But yes. We have definitely these 25 years. We made that decision. My parents, I can tell you this, my parents ain't never got in our marriage. They don't get in our marriage. Yeah. And I don't take it to them like that, you know, because at the end of the day, I want them to still love him and to still, you know, see him the way that they've always seen him, which I think sometimes they love him more than they love me. But hey mom, hey dad, I love y'all. But yeah, you heard Mike got on here talking about that's my bro. She didn't say that's my sis. But yeah, so we made the decision to keep other people out of our marriage, but also don't compare our marriage to someone else's marriage.
That's another rule.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
My goodness. What Maisha said. Have y'all disagreement to where you stop talking or sleep in separate rooms? That's a question. Oh. So look, we talked about that. Then we'll come back to the comparing ourselves.
All right.
And so she said, Mama Show not gonna get in your marriage. Nope, she's not. Nope. But one of the things that we did make very apparent when we had disagreements, it wasn't no doghouse. Listen at this. It wasn't no sleeping on the couch. You gonna sleep in that bed. I don't care if you all the way to the edge till you about to fall off the bed, but no getting out the bed.
If it's on the couch, guess what? I'm coming in there in the living room. We on the couch. And guess what? We got an air mattress. So if it's gonna be like that, we both gonna be in the living room on that air mattress. Yeah.
Yo,
if we gonna go sleep, if she gonna go sleep in the car, or I'm gonna go sleep in the car, she coming or I'm coming. We both gonna be in the car.
You gonna stay in that wherever your spouse is. Stay there. Yeah. Because if you make that decision that you gonna not stay in the bed or whatever with your spouse, it becomes easier to do that. After a while, you ain't in that bed, you in somebody else's bed. Nope, we're not having that. But y'all, I will tell you, this is so funny. So one time we were having a disagreement and I thought I was gonna be slick. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna sleep on the couch tonight.
She thought she was gonna be slick.
I had my blanket and my pillow and everything, and I done laid down on the couch. Next thing I know, he came in there, he done got the cover. He said, all right, let's go. Ain't no sleeping on the couch, not tonight, or else I'm sleeping on this couch with you. And so I was like, man. So yes, we have disagreements, but you can't. No, we try to talk it out. I try not to go to bed angry either. You know, he's the one that likes to talk it out. So I asked you that question about the biggest lesson. I would say I've learned how to communicate better being with you because you are a great communicator when it comes to our marriage. And I wasn't really the communicating type. I was either shut down or the opposite end of the spectrum, but like healthy communication, which is very important in any relationship. I've learned how to communicate better since being with you. So I am grateful for that. Now, Maisha said, I remember Pastor Cleve would say, taking the screws off the door and taking the bed apart because you're not going in another room. And that's this one. He was like, no, we're not doing that. So that was one of the things. And thank you for that question, Maisha. But also another thing that another lesson what we were talking about a few minutes ago is not comparing our marriage to anyone else's. Right. I think that is one of the biggest mistakes that other people make with their relationships. I'm not about to compare my husband to another husband. I don't want him comparing me to another wife because I'm not them. They're not me. He's not him. He's not, So I think that's one of the biggest things, because your marriage is what you make of it.
That's right.
Your marriage is what you make of it. How you choose together to you need a vision for your marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
A vision for your marriage that you both can be on with one accord and decide what your marriage is going to
turn out and what it's going to be.
Yeah, because some people, they prefer that dominant type of relationship and things like that. But what I love about our marriage is it's a team. Yeah. We're a team. Hey, Miss Sherry, we are a team. We make major decisions together. It's not one person is controlling and making the other person do this or that. We are a team.
So with saying that, we did this at the very beginning of our marriage. This is what, if you want to know how we sustained that part, is that we decided early that we were going to be a team. And so with that saying, she may be like you was in school, you was in college at that time, and she would study. So I would wash the dishes. You know what I'm saying? There was no gender role or specific.
Say that again.
You know what I'm saying?
Help somebody.
If I mess up the bed and I get up first, I'm gonna make the bed, because that's the way I do anyway. I'm a neat freak. So anyway, and so I'll clean it up, and I help where I saw the need, and she would do the same thing. And so that's how we work. That's what worked for us.
Yeah.
That's what worked for us as a team. We decided we were going to be a team early. And so we've kept that method throughout these 25 years. We're going to be a team.
Yeah. Because sometimes, like you mentioned gender roles, and I'm glad you brought that up, because listen, I have so many, I know I'm a counselor, so I have so many couples and things who come to see me. And a lot of times, some of the underlying issues are the expectation and gender roles. So, like, some people expect their, some men, I'm just going to say men, I'm just going to use men. Like, some men expect their wives to go and work 8 to 10 hours a day, come home, cook the food, serve the food, wash the dishes, get the kids straight, do what she got to do, around the house, get herself ready for the next day, and then come and be Jenny from the block at night when the lights go off. And it's like, listen, bro, if you would help her, like you just said, you do, if you would help her, Jenny from the block come out a lot.
Well, there's always a recipe for that. Go grab some pizza. Go pick up the pizza. Cut that out.
Yeah. I love it. But yes, that's one of the things I love too. So just like, you take out the trash and everything, but guess what? If just the other day, you were tired. Mm-hmm. You were tired. You had a lot going on. And when you walked through that door, I said, babe, don't worry about taking out the trash. I already took out the trash.
Right.
I didn't just leave it there because that's his job. He's going to take out the trash. I live there too. I put trash in there too. So that's how one of the reasons we have sustained, because we view it as a team and we don't have just specific roles. So my Isha says, yes, where, where you're not in competition and that you're a team, you got each other's back. It ain't no 80, 20, 60, 40. It's 100, 100. That part ain't no 50, 50, 100, 100. Bring 100, 100 into the relationship. But so that's one of the things that has really, really helped. Scotty said, no, my boo haven't worked in 6 years.
All right, fam.
Scotty, that's all right.
That's all right.
I love that. I love that good for y'all.
Yes.
See, everybody's situation is different, but you know what? It's what works for you. Yeah. What works for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's turn a corner. What has surprised you the most about being married to me? I'm almost scared to ask you that. What has surprised you the most about being married to me?
How you're able to juggle all of it. The marriage, the work, because y'all just don't know, we are very busy. And over these 25 years, you're able to have that balance. And some people in marriage, they focus on one area, but that surprises me of your work ethic in our marriage, because you spend just as much dedication as you give to your work or whatever you're doing, you give that same drive back to the marriage. And so that surprised me, because, that's something that I wouldn't have expected. I would have expected more of you to focus on one thing, but she doesn't. She, just as much as she's given to this, she's given to our marriage. So that was a surprise for me.
Well, you know what? That's because I can do all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, when all this other stuff is gone, you're still going to be there. So I have to make sure that I take care of you. Because at the end of the day, when I'm retired, when, I'm not doing ministry, whatever, whatever it is, at the end of the day, you're still going to be there.
That's right.
Because one of the things we said, this is forever.
Yep.
This is forever. Y'all hear that? This is forever. Now, okay.
But balance is the key.
Yes, balance. That's
key.
what Barbara said. Hey, Barbara.
Right. Hey.
She said balance is the key.
Balance is the key.
Yes. Toot says she got to get back to work, but she enjoyed listening to us.
All right.
And she said she took some notes. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you, family.
All right, family.
But yes, one of the things that surprised me about being married to you is how patient you are with me, and how much grace that you give me.
Wow.
I appreciate that, because I can be a lot sometimes. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah, in a bad way.
But he's been able to handle my energy. Y'all notice I'm very high energy, right? Very high energy. And he's very laid back. I'm
laid back. I'm calm. I'm cool. Collected.
So I
that's that balance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he balances me out. So like, I'm high energy and he is very low key. So we balance the scales, because I keep him on his toes. I try. That's another thing. I try not to be so predictable with him. I love to keep him on his toes and he not know what I'm going to do, what I'm going to say. I love spontaneity in relationships. I think that's something that's important too.
Yes. I think that's very important. And yes, she keeps me on my toes, so to speak. And yes, I love that about her. She's adventurous. So that's one of the very qualities that I love throughout our marriage, that, she brings some of the venture out of me. We might, like, I was a homebody. She likes to travel. And so when we started traveling a lot, and y'all know we travel all the time. We travel. And so when she started wanting to travel, I gave it a try, because that's something she wanted to do. And so, lo and behold, I started liking traveling. Now we travel constantly.
Yeah. And it's good that you say that, because that's one of the other lessons that we learned is compromise. Y'all, he did not want to get on a plane for the first time. He was not feeling getting on the airplane. He said he liked his feet on the ground. I don't know why you always want to put me up in the air, but but that was something he did for me, because he knew that was important to me. And that's I know they have that saying, happy wife, happy life, but we don't go by that, y'all. It's happy spouse.
That's what
for us, because I don't want to be concerned about my own happiness all the time. Then my husband be miserable.
Right.
Just as I'm happy in this marriage, he needs to be happy too. His happiness matters. His feelings matter. And what he wants and needs to be met just as well as mine.
Right.
So if you are living in that happy wife, happy life, come on now. I'm talking this real talk. I'm talking to the women now.
Hold on, Maisha said.
Oh,
no.
Miss Gwen, hold on. Let's see. Miss Gwen said, let him be your number one and always put God first. That is so right, Mama Gwen. And then Maisha said, no, it's happy spouse, happy house. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's good.
Happy house, happy spouse. And that is the way that I view that. I don't view that as happy wife, happy life, because I don't want to be happy and you be miserable. I want my husband to be happy with me and happy in our relationship.
That's right.
That's important to me.
That's very important.
Yeah.
So compromise.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that means there's some things I'm not gonna want to do. Like something I really wasn't into was wrestling.
And I am a wrestling fanatic. WWE. I watched that. I was watching that faithfully.
Look, I got tired of that when I was young.
On Monday nights.
My cousin Reed and Raymond, oh gosh, that's all they wanted to do was watch wrestling. So I had enough of that when I was younger. And by the time we got together, I didn't want to watch no wrestling. But that was important to him. He wanted to watch Monday Night Raw. And then I think at the time they had it on Tuesdays and then went to Fridays. And so
this is all when we were young in our marriage.
So that wasn't something I wanted to do, but it was something that was important to him. So I would sit with him and watch wrestling with him. He even got me to go to a wrestling event, WWE wrestling event. And I enjoyed it more than once. And I enjoyed it. So marriage is about compromise. Make sure that you're making sure that your spouse is just as happy as you are.
That's right.
Within the relationship.
Yeah.
So that's important. I would like to say, all right, well, ask this question. Mm-hmm. What's a challenge that you feel like we overcame together that made our marriage stronger?
I'll say the challenge was health issues. Health issues. Because, life really does life. As they say, life be life. And so there was times in our marriage where health issues came up. And, as a matter of fact, we had a health scare here, a few weeks ago. And so.
2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago. And so over these 25 years, the health issues showed me really how much she meant to me. And I wanted to be there no matter what, No matter what I was doing, I would drop everything during those health issues because she was everything. She's everything to me. So I wanted to make sure she was good. And that's what pulled me even stronger and closer to realize, there were issues to where it could have been near-death experiences. And so that made me value our marriage even more and let me know that, with the time we do have, let's make the most of it. Yeah.
Because I'm glad that was what I was gonna say because that has. Hey, Rita's on here.
Yeah, there's my cousin.
I'm just hearing us. It's terribly awesome. Y'all are great together. Thank you, Rita.
Thank you, family.
We love you. But yeah, I was gonna say that too. The health issues because I started having health issues about 10 years into our marriage, and I can say this. You were always there.
Yeah.
No matter what you worked, you helped take care of things around the house, but you were always there. You were so gentle with me. You made sure that I was okay. And I love that. I really do. It says in sickness and in health. And right. I will say that you really meant that when you said it. And I love it. Oh, listen to Tawana.
There's my cousin Tawana. I got family on here today.
Wow, Terrell, I love it. This is good.
Yeah.
But yes, and so I really love that about you. And then what a lot of people may not know is last year, we had a really rough go of it with you.
Yeah.
And I was right there.
Right. Every step of the
way. I was right there. And it was scary. I was so scared that there may be a chance that, I may lose you. And the thought of that just was gut wrenching.
Yeah.
And I prayed, but I also wanted to make sure that just like you were there for me all those times,
that's right,
that I did the same for you.
That's right. She was there every step of the way. I didn't know what the outcome was going to be, and we was having much prayer from different ones and things, and she was there every step of the way. And that just made our bond even more stronger. And these 25 years to me, they don't even feel like 25. You know what I'm saying? It feel like it to us. It still feel like we young with this, but and we are young now. I'm still young. Don't get it twisted, but but
really,
but because we started out young, we married out of school. Out of school a few years after school. After a couple of years after school. So we were real young.
Yeah.
But it made our bond even stronger, these health issues, and it made us realize what's really important, what really matters the most, and that's our marriage. Yeah.
Because I and I will say this, with that being last year, and people know you being a pastor, and you work, and I have business. We have the practice, and then doing ministry and all these other things that we have going on. There came a point to where you couldn't even do that. Right. Like it was so bad. There was a period of like 3 months, right, that I had to step in and help with the roles, of it being an interim while you were out, and so that's a part of being a team. That's being a team. When you have one person who is in need, or who can't, something happens, life throws something in the way, guess what? That's where the other person comes in. It's we can't expect our spouse to do everything. One person to just do everything. It can't be.
I'm not Superman and she's not Superman.
And I'm not just Superwoman. Okay. Okay, let's move on. See, y'all, I keep him on his toes. He don't never know what I'm gonna do. He said I'm crazy. Okay, listen. But yes, remember that, y'all. Teamwork makes the dream work. Remember that. That's something I want y'all to remember. So I want you to ask this. Sarita said we're too funny. But I want you to talk to the man who may be on here, or a man who may see this, and he may be afraid. He's in love, but he's afraid to take that next step to marriage, because a lot of things I hear is, well, marriage changes things. So what would you say to that man?
If you know without a shadow of a doubt she's the one, then you should tell her that, and not only tell her that you love her, but you should make that commitment, because look, life is so great. It can be so awesome when you make that step. Don't be afraid to make it, because none of us know how it's going to start, how it's going to end, because you have to have a beginning. There's nothing wrong with having that beginning. And when we were young, we did not know, what it was going to turn out to be. We just went with how we felt.
I just know I didn't want to end up in jail.
Right. Okay.
That was my fear, was, oh Lord, don't let this man do something that's going to make me end up in jail. That was what I said the day of our wedding.
Oh Lord. Yo.
I told you.
But I would tell that man, if she's the one, and she's the one, you've got so much ahead. Your marriage is gonna be whatever you make of it.
Right. Right.
Don't be afraid to make that commitment, because you're going to have a lifetime of good times, good memories.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lifetime to build together. And because she's the one, she's the one you need.
Yeah. And as I said earlier, that a lot of them are afraid that if they get married, things are going to change. But guess what? So, things may change.
And change is good.
They're going to change, but
change can be good.
Right. You took the words out of my mouth.
Change can be good.
We be finishing each other's sentences. Just because
we've been together so long.
Just because things change does not mean that it has to be a bad change. You just adjust. You got to be flexible and adapt in marriage. Yes. Things change all the time.
Things change all the time, because think about it. Or for us, 5 years into our marriage.
Look at Rita. She said, Terrell, what were you doing? Everything.
So 5 years into our marriage doesn't look like 10 years. 10 years into our marriage, it didn't look like the 20 years. Mm-hmm. We were evolving through the whole marriage, because we started out young. So don't be afraid, because change is good. Yeah. Change can be good. It doesn't have to be bad. It does not have to be bad. Mm-hmm. And that's what I love about it. Even the 20 years does not look like 25. Mm-hmm. And that's awesome, because we're steady growing. We're steady evolving. Yeah. Because what she liked at the beginning, she doesn't like now in certain things. What I liked in the beginning, I don't like now.
Your needs change. So when you got married, your love language may have been physical touch. Maybe that's all you needed was physical touch. What? Look at here. But now you 20 years into it, maybe acts of service might be because let me tell you, to me, there is nothing that turns me on more than washing them dishes. Woo! Look at me. I love to come home and see that he has washed the dishes, y'all. I love it. Woo! That gives you more time for Jenny on the block. Hey, Cheryl. She said, hey.
Oh, hey.
But yes.
Hey, sis.
Yes. And so, but marriage is going to change. It just doesn't mean that it has to be a bad change.
Right.
And you're going to change the way that you look. You're going to change, all those things are going to change. But guess what? It's okay.
It's okay.
So, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing just because life changes.
Yes.
So yes, that's something that's very important. But I love how you said this, and he did tell me this not too long ago. He said it doesn't seem like we've been married for this long, and that made me feel good, because that means I have not made these 25 years miserable for him to where he feels like it's been an eternity. So. So that is a compliment, and I will take it all day, that he doesn't feel like he's just been in prison for 25 years.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Important. So guys, that's good. And so I have one more question. What advice would you give husbands about keeping love alive after many years?
The advice I give is like what we gave earlier. You have to keep the fire going. Don't let it fizzle out. Remain to be creative with it. Learn that in life things do change. That's part of life. But keep the fire going. If you knew what made her happy back then, even if her needs are changing, do the necessary work to make it work. Don't let it fizzle out, because when you let it fizzle out, things can go way left, and she's not happy, you're not happy.
Michelle,
we got you.
Michelle said send me an invite for the man. We got you, sis.
We got you.
But yes, that is so true. I think it's important that you still continue to date your spouse.
There you go.
And one of the things that I would say, y'all, this is very important. I would teach my clients this. Do check-ins with each other.
That's
do
a good
check-ins with each other.
Yeah.
Check in once a week. Like, how's your week going? Everything okay? Everything good? And then every so often, it's okay to ask them, are your needs being met in this marriage? Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you feel like you're not getting from me?
Right.
Or anything that you feel like I can do to help you to feel, good in this marriage. It's okay to do that, y'all. It is okay.
Let me tell you, some days, because we've been together so long, we know each other very well. So she knows sometimes when I come through the door or whatever I'm dealing with, I'm very quiet when I'm dealing with stuff. And so she knows by being with me for 25 years, she'll say, are you good today? And then if I'm kind of looking and, she knows. So she checks in when she checks in. Really, you check on me almost every day. We do this. Vice versa, we do this. So, and I can tell the same way when she comes through the door, or I can even tell when she's not feeling well, or she can tell when I'm not feeling well or something. Are you good? Are you okay? Is there something I need, to do? And so that's that good communication and checking in on each other.
Yeah. I love that. You're really good about that with me. You can read me like a book. You can tell just as good when something is going on with me. And I also love too that that I can get very overstimulated. So with what I do every day, I'm talking all day.
All day.
So by the time I'm done with that, I'm gonna talk for a little bit. It could be 30 minutes or whatever. But what I love is you allow me that space.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get home, you don't expect me to just come through the door and just start talking, or expect me to just come through the door and start doing this or that or the other. You give me that space for me to kind of wind down and kind of collect myself, get myself together, and kind of breathe a little bit before, you just come in and just start talking and things like that. And so I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really do. But Cheryl said, wash them dishes, Pastor.
Yeah.
Maisha says, right, the good outweighs the bad. Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarita said, y'all better talk to them cousin, brother. Yes, ma'am. And spontaneity helps relationships last. That sure does. Because I tell you, I keep him on his toes. But so I think that's some good, some good advice. And I would, again, I can't stress this enough. Continue to date each other. Mm-hmm. Continue to date each other. Come on, wives. Y'all got to get out of them dusty gowns and things like that. Go get you some satin and some silk and some things like that. Continue to date each other.
And let me give you another little tip on this when we say continue to date each other. I know sometimes, because of the gender role we was talking about earlier, sometimes that, it's not always the man that initiates it. The wife initiates it too. There's times she'll say, let's go on a date. I'm all geared up for it too. So it goes both ways. That's the way we do it. That's the way we do it. We partners in this 100%.
Maisha said moo gowns. Ernest said get the silk.
There's my brother. There's my brother right there. That's my brother right there.
Get the silk.
I see you.
Get the silk. Sometimes take them bonnets off.
Yeah.
Let your hair down. Put some satin and some silk on.
You saying, he done seen me. You know who? No, spice that up.
Yes. Like, ladies, when he comes home, have him a picnic basket or something packed up. Say, honey, you know what? We're gonna go have us a picnic today at the park or the lake. It's okay, ladies. It's not up to them to always make the decision as to what the date's gonna be. We can do it too. It doesn't take anything away from us. It just shows them that we care enough to do something for them as well.
Yeah, because she doesn't always look for me to initiate things, which I do, but at the same time, she initiates things too, and I appreciate that because that's the way it works for us. that's how we've made it work for 25 years. We both initiate at times, and we both appreciate it. You know.
Yeah, I love that. Let's see what Sarita said. Get out of them moo-boos. Cheryl says, I love what both of y'all have said about the check-ins and that you're able to read each other. Yeah, most definitely. It ain't hard to read me either because I always wear everything on my face. But Cheryl said, oh, my bonnet too. Yes,
that bonnet too, bro.
Show that pretty hair.
Yeah, that bonnet too.
Show that pretty hair. You know, you might want to, yeah. So show that pretty hair.
Look out, bro.
You're crazy. Oh, Cheryl said no more bonnets. LOL. Right?
Oh, wait a minute, my bro. Hold on.
Let's see what Ernest talking about. Said put on a red dress. Put on your red dress. Hey!
And flip on your high.
Okay.
We better get on here.
We gonna get it. Y'all gonna get us in trouble. Ernest, you gonna get us in trouble. Oh my goodness. But yes, that it right there. Put on that dress and on high heels. And ladies, because let me tell you, I love it. I love to see the look that I get when I walk in and he is looking at me like, ooh, wee, my God, like I'm a piece of chocolate cake, and I love that. I really do. Because, when we change over time, like I said, the way we look, some of us, weight gain, things like that. But to know that your spouse still sees you as sexy no matter what, that right there is a plus.
And when you say I do, it doesn't matter about the weight gain or the health issues, because you're saying.
Ernest said he's sorry. It's okay, bro.
Nah, you good. It doesn't matter because you said I do. Mm-hmm. And you're going to not only honor the vow, but when you really love your wife or your spouse, shall I say, when you really love your spouse, all of that, that's life. Things happen, but the real love is there. You're going to continue to love them regardless.
Right.
And you're going to be there for them. That's what marriage is all about, being there for each other through the ups, through the downs, through all of the health issues, through all of difficulties. That's how marriages survive. Yeah.
I like that. And Barbara says, indirectly, I communicate what I need instead of shutting down. Help him out. And that is one of the biggest lessons that I learned, Ms. Barbara, because I was the shutdown queen, because I did not know how to communicate healthy. And one of the things that I hear a lot from him, well, I shouldn't have to tell him. He should know. Yeah, you do have to tell him. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes we're on two different pages. But also, we're not on the same page. He's thinking one thing and you're thinking another. And then the other thing is, if your needs have changed, how do you expect him to meet those needs if you never verbalize them?
Oof.
So you have expectations of him that you've never said. So you're resenting him or upset with him about expectations that you never even expressed.
That's good.
So you do have to tell him.
Yeah. And it's okay, because you need to express what's making you happy. You need to verbalize that, because if your needs are not getting met, you're going to be unhappy. And so why not just go on and verbalize it and stop expecting
him to read your mind?
Yeah, or she to read your mind. Either way, just speak it out. Let it be known. Hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I need. And that's how the communication works, and the relationship gets better and stronger. Communicate.
Because we prophetic, but we're not psychic. We can't read each other's mind.
Yeah.
So, but let's see what the comments are talking about. Ernest, oh boy, he's still on it. Said looking like a snack.
Come on, Pastor Stuff.
Yeah, and he said, "Are you hungry?" And Rita said, "Those vows through thick and thin." Yes. Miss Barbara said, "Exactly. Come on now." Oh, look who's on. Hey, sis.
Hey,
Lady Tyronda is on here. She said, yes, ma'am,
friend.
this is good. Yes. And so, so expressing your needs and not expecting them to just read your mind. Yeah. Because that's the only way I always say, don't assume anything.
Right.
Don't assume anything.
Yeah.
And because sometimes you move to a different love language and he's still thinking it's physical touch. So he's touching you and you like, I don't want you touching me because you need help around the house, Yeah. So express those things. That's why the check-ins are a great thing. So make sure that you do those check-ins. Let me ask you this too, because I felt this is very important. Mm-hmm. What would you say to a spouse about supporting, specifically a man, about supporting a wife's dreams while balancing his own? Because some spouses think that it's got to be one or the other. I go for my dream and you just sit back while I'm getting this done. And then when I'm done, then you can go for yours. How do you balance that out? Because I know you've had to do that over the years with me.
Mm-hmm. I say be open-minded to it, because why not go for your goals and dreams, and at the same time you can have balance. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to allow, or not allow, but that's the wrong word, but don't be afraid to be open-minded that your spouse is wanting to do something different. Be there, be supportive.
Right.
That's what I did. I was supportive when she was, I've seen her doing many papers and all of those things to get there. And I was very supportive. And I wanted her to be successful in her dreams as well as she wanted me to do for myself. And so what we did was we were there still supportive, complimenting each other, helping each other in multiple ways. And so that's how we survived it. That's how we did. Yeah.
I remember when I first started writing, when I was writing my book.
Writing books, yeah.
When I started writing my first book, and I told him about it. God told me to do it first, and then I told him about it. And during that time, things would be happening, and I would have writer's block. So I remember it was like a few months before I went back to writing that book. And he said to me one day, I haven't seen you writing in a while. And I was like, I haven't been. He said, well, you need to carve out some time this week and just write.
Yeah.
So, that for me was big, because that was him being a teammate, saying, I know you have this goal. I know there's something you're working toward, and I want to see you get there.
Yep.
So it's like he has been my biggest, cheerleader, my biggest fan. And I want to be that for him too. I love to see him. I love to see him succeed. And, and I push, so I like that, if just like he pushed me, about the books, even when I was going to college, and there was times I was like, I don't know if I'm going to finish this or do this. And he'd be like, no, you got this. You got this. Go on in there, get your work done, take you a break, and then go back and, and get it done. And I love that.
Yeah.
And I do the same for him. But babe, have you went in there? Have you studied? Have you done, did you do your homework? Just pushing each other. Pushing each other and just being a teammate to encourage the other one to do what it is that they are setting out to do. Because we're a team. It's not a competition. Husband and wives are not in competition with each other.
That's right.
We are teammates who support each other.
Yeah.
You can be he can be the starting point, and I can be the shooting guard. I can be the supportive one on the side. Just like when I'm the point, he's the shooting guard. We can do that interchange, because this is not a competition.
Right.
This is my partner.
Right, we won.
It's my dude. Okay, let's go to comments. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I love that, Miss Barbara. I love it. Michelle said, love it.
Yes.
Miss Barbara said, okay, yeah, she said, if you want to go fast, that's right. I love that. So, just know that is okay. It doesn't take anything away from the man. If the woman is successful, it doesn't take anything from the woman if the man's successful. Guess what? Because I want us both to win.
Yeah.
You know, that makes it even better for us, if we're both winning. But I really have enjoyed this conversation with you. I think we should do it again. What y'all think? I really do. I think we should do it again. And I am so grateful once again to have had the pleasure to be with you these 25 years. And
same to you.
I would have rather have done life with anybody else but you. Wow. I often think about, I don't think anybody else could handle me these 25 years. What you do. Because Michelle said, yes, please. We will. And so I am so grateful for these 25 years.
I am too.
Yes. And so, yes, ma'am. She said, thank you both. And I'm so glad that y'all tuned in and that y'all engaged with us. Y'all, we've had just as much fun and a pleasure doing this as you have been on here. Thank you, Miss Tyrone. This happy anniversary.
Thank you
so much. So, in case you can't tell, we are not home right now. We're starting the celebration a little early. So much as we love to talk to y'all. But let me remind you, ladies, if you have not registered for the Empower Her Pajama Party, we're going to have conversations like this too. Hey, Gita, perfect marriage example. Thank you so much, Gita.
Thank you, my friend.
But yes, if you have not registered, please register for the pajama party at the EmpowHERorganization.com/events. Go to the Facebook page. It's on there. The link is on there. But go on there and register. You got a few days to register. But if you like conversations like this, register. Because we're going to do some woman-to-woman talking. Real talk. But we're going to have fun while we're doing it. So the deadline to register is October 4th. But go on there and register. And I thank y'all so much for tuning in. And as I said, engaging with us. This has been so much fun. And we appreciate it. But y'all know what? We about to go celebrate. Celebrate. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one. Bye from the Copelands.